Guys, what's up? Welcome to the Blitz Pools fan zone for the T20 League. It is back. Neil Narvekar with me. What's up, Neil? It's back. The T20 League is back. And how excited are you first that, I mean, obviously we had to stop because of COVID. Now it's shifted to Dubai. All the matches are going to be, taking place in Dubai now. How excited are you that the T20 League is back?
Very excited, first of all, so that we get some, very important and competitive action. Plus, I get to see you once again. So, really happy about that.
किसका किसका वक्त आएगा ये तो टाइम ही बताएगा, राइट?
एक्चुअली बीच
ओके।
में थोड़ा टाइम खराब हो गया था, बट
हाँ।
आई थिंक अब पता चल ही जाएगा किसका वक्त आ रहा है.
हाँ, लेकिन वी स्टार्ट विथ द मोस्ट cracking fixture usually in this T20 league. I mean, it is the El Clasico. It is Mumbai versus CSK. And guys, we are talking to you about the games which are from 19th to the 24th. We will go through quick predictions with Neil. Neil, you start only this second round of the T20 league with Mumbai and CSK. What a match that is. Mumbai at fourth, CSK at second. What's your take on that?
I'm wearing yellow, so for a change, I'm going to support Chennai.
You've
Because
anyway always supported Chennai and not other teams, no?
no, not really. I'm a big fan of Mumbai, but I feel for this game, Chennai is going to have the upper hand. Mumbai, they are late bloomers. Even in the past years, you must have seen this is like the second half, but it's again the start of the second half, right? So I'm backing Chennai and Dhoni's experience, and they have been doing well in the IPL, the league, the Indian T20 league. So hopefully, we see a cracker of a game, and Chennai. I'm betting on Chennai.
You think that Mumbai will start slow again this in the second
No,
round? Because
yeah, I
now there's
think
not too much of time. These teams have played 7 to 8 games, majority of them. So now it's like we are already when we are starting, but you're starting in the business end, basically, of the league.
yes, that's very true. But again, by what history has shown us, that Mumbai are slow starters, and they take a little bit of time to actually get their permutation combinations right. So Chennai is not like that. Chennai is always on top. And apart from last year, this year they have been on top. They've been consistent. The top order is doing well. Faf du Plessis in form, and that's going to be a big factor.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, then next we have KKR versus RCB. RCB have been tipped to probably win this T20 league because of the solid form that they showed in the first round at least, and they looked like one of the solid teams. KKR struggling at the bottom. Also a very different time because Virat Kohli has come out and he's said that he's not going to lead India in T20 cricket after the World Cup. So I don't see. I mean, do you think that'll have any impact, first of all, on Kohli himself?
I think it's going to make a big difference to Kohli because he's going to be, focusing more on his batting if he's playing for India. But here, I'm not sure. But here, the major factor for RCB has been Glenn Maxwell,
True,
right?
true, true.
I'm not a big fan of Glenn Maxwell's batting.
But he's
Like,
done very well. He started
he's
this
done
time. He started the T20 league very, very well. Let's hope he
very
can
well.
continue that form. So,
Yeah,
who are
so
you
he's
going with?
I will go with Bangalore because I think Maxwell, ABD are going to finish off games. Devdutt Padikkal is there, who's going to give a good start. Kohli, if he fires, nothing like it. So they got a great batting,
And I think
and
he
I
will
think they have,
because I feel that the pressure is little off him. He's removed the pressure off him, and maybe he'll want to go out in this T20 league as that batsman which we all know for. Without pressure, I feel personally that Kohli becomes a much better batsman. Like he can really, he can express
that's
himself.
true. That's true. But
And do
having
you see
said
him
that,
open?
I think he should. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if he will, but I think he should. But then all that being said, done, being said, batsmen don't win you T20 games. It's the bowlers. So it goes to see, how well Mr. Chahal bowls, and they've added a couple of people from Sri Lanka, the mystery spinner. So hopefully he comes into play. and even the bowling balances itself out. So that will be a major factor, because if Bangalore are chasing, they can chase down like a 200, 220,
Yeah, yeah.
with ease. But if they're defending a 140, that's where the problem would be.
I kind of agree with you, but I'm going to go for Bangalore as well. All right, Punjab versus Rajasthan Royals. Now, Punjab is, almost in the relegation battle. They are sixth, and Rajasthan Royals is fifth. But I think big game for both of them to even think of now qualifying in that top four, basically.
A big game, especially for Royals. It's going to be, they've lost all their overseas player, I believe,
Yes.
and they've got in new players. So it goes to see how well they're going to be, adjusting with those guys, and whether they gel in immediately. They got Shamsi, who's currently the number one bowler. So if he comes into play, he works his magic around with the ball, and Sanju Samson with the bat, then probably it's going to be a. But I feel Punjab have a more settled unit, and I would say that Punjab is going to win. And knowing KL Rahul, he's going to try and bat
He's been
through
in
the enemy.
phenomenal form this entire in the first round of the T20 league. So I would also
Yeah,
actually agree with you on that one.
yeah.
Then
So
then we have another game on Wednesday. It's the Delhi Capitals versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. That's like the top of the table to the bottom of the table. Now, if you remember, just before the second round ended, the Hyderabad came in and they changed their captain. David Warner was dropped and came, I mean, as captain, and Kane Williamson was given the captaincy because, I mean, they are struggling, and you don't expect them to struggle because actually on paper they do have a very good team, but
I
there are
was
maybe.
supporting them. I thought they're going to win the IPL.
Yeah, I remember you
Literally,
saying that.
I was such a strong supporter, but then they've
of
let me down big time.
Do you think they can change it, and do you think that that'll happen in their game against Delhi Capitals, who obviously have been, like they've been on the top of the table and they are obviously the strongest team so far?
See, actually, this is a sport. Anything can happen, and it is so competitive. You cannot count any team to be a weakling or something like that. They can always make a comeback. But Delhi have been good. They've got Prithvi Shaw and Shreyas Iyer and Rishabh Pant, and my God, they are just a phenomenal team, and they've been performing to their strengths. Whereas Hyderabad haven't. So hopefully they turn it around.
I
You
think it's
know,
going to be too tough, very honestly, for Hyderabad. I think Delhi takes this one easy because of just the inform, and also many players from, like how you mentioned Rishabh Pant. They made it to the World Cup T20 squad, so best time for them to also express themselves and play their national game. I actually hope that this T20 league is hugely beneficial for our Indian players because that's this form is going to go into the World Cup.
Pant doesn't care, frankly. He doesn't care. He just doesn't
No,
care.
it'll
He's
be a
bats.
very good. It's good for like confidence building, right? I mean, I know everybody wants to do well for their teams, but eventually, as an Indian fan now, we are all just waiting for the World Cup and for this young Indian squad of ours, Surya Kumar Yadav, Rishabh Pant to fire in this T20 World Cup because it's been a while now. And I think that India, it's also going to be played in Dubai, the same place as the IPL. So that's good exposure, I think, for these Indian lads at this point of time.
No, but all that being said done, I think the quarantine also plays a big part, because how you adjust with the quarantine mentally is what is a bigger factor than how you perform on the field right now. Probably Hyderabad being a good team, their players may not have been so comfortable in their quarantine, and that's why they weren't able to perform. But that might be a factor. I'm just saying, you've seen people leaving the tournament midway just because they couldn't adjust. So
Yeah.
the team that adjusts well in the quarantine might probably win the league this year.
Yeah, I think you're so right in saying that. Okay, we are also talking about the Thursday fixture, Mumbai versus KKR. Now, Mumbai play, already the second game in this second round against KKR, who are also struggling, who are, have lost 5 games. They won only two. What do you think? Because again, I think that it seems like an easy option for me. Mumbai already played one game. They're going on Thursday playing KKR again, and I think that I think the momentum will be generated for sure.
KKR is looking out of sorts this year.
Hmm.
If you go to see in the first half, also it was looking out of sorts. They couldn't have a settled batting order. They didn't know what to do with Sunil Narayan, and they were just all over the place. Morgan wasn't clicking much, so that was a factor. I think Dinesh Karthik was left too late and stuff like that. So everything's haywire right now for KKR. So Mumbai, definitely they are slow starters, but they still have a settled team. And with Surya Kumar Yadav, my God, that guy can bat.
Yeah, we know that. We've seen that.
Yeah.
He's an absolute treat to watch, huh? However, now the last game which we are talking about is again the Royal Challengers Bangalore versus their very close rivals in the south, Chennai. So, what do you feel of that game? Because I think that's crucial in the again in the standings in the top four standings.
That's gonna be like a full house.
Full house, yeah.
Yeah, that's a full house game,
Especially
I think.
happening in Dubai, where you have quite a lot of South Indian audience. I mean, they have the players that they love. On one hand, there's Virat Kohli. On one hand, there's MS Dhoni, and then the super star-studded teams. Actually, it's a tough one to call for me.
Of course it is. But then I think RCB for some reason is gonna have the upper hand there because I don't know. I'm just going with my gut feeling.
So you're
So
going. So you're going with RCB, basically.
RCB for that game, yeah. For Mumbai, Chennai is gonna beat Mumbai, and RCB is gonna beat Chennai. So there's
Okay,
gonna be
cool.
some.
So I'm going to go with you with what you say. But just to have a look at the table again, Delhi right on top, Chennai after them, Bangalore after them at third, Mumbai at fourth, Rajasthan at fifth, Punjab at sixth, Kolkata at seventh, and Hyderabad at eighth. So this is how it looks before the start of the second round. Now, Neil, let's just touch up on a few important and top batsmen and a few top bowlers, just to give our Blitz Pools fans and the people who play on Blitz Pools. I hope you play responsibly and I hope you play at your own risk. Please do that. So we just want to tell you about a few top batsmen and how they've performed so far. Let's talk about Shikhar Dhawan first. He's played 8 matches. He's got 380 runs. He's at 43 fours, 8 sixes, but he's been in top form. What do you think of him carrying on this form, and why do you think he is excluded out of the T20 squad?
Uh, the reason they gave for excluding him out of the T20 squad was absolute rubbish. They said they're resting him. Who the hell rests a player for the most important tournament?
Exactly.
It's just basically a reason. I think age has got age is a factor there. But then Shikhar Dhawan, I just love that guy. The way he goes into bat, the attitude. Even if he gets out on zero, he's smiling. If he scores 100, he's definitely smiling.
Yeah.
He's a team player.
Reminds
So
us sometimes about like Virender Sehwag, That's, with that, I really love those batsmen who just go out and play their own game. And eventually you have to have a more successful rate, which I believe Shikhar has, like Sehwag, and there would be these few occasions when he's got out early and cheap when the teams really needed him. But yeah, how do you see him carrying on this form in Dubai?
I don't think he's going to have much of a problem. I think he's going to just continue. But I think he was the highest run getter in the series that Sri Lanka versus India thing that happened.
He was
He
captaining that,
scored
true. Yeah.
captain that and he scored a lot of runs there too. So I'll vouch for him. I think he's going to continue and he's going to be in the chase till the end, like for the top run getter.
Our second pick of the top batsman is, of course, it's KL Rahul, who's played seven, who's got 331 runs. Third pick is Faf du Plessis, who's also played 7 games, who's scored 320 runs. And then we have Prithvi Shaw, who's been in good form, and that's what you want to see from Indian youngsters who's played 8 games, who has about 308 runs. I think that for KL and for Prithvi Shaw, again they've done really really well in this. Between these four, between Shikhar, KL, Faf, and Prithvi Shaw, who do you think is going to end up with the maximum runs? Because they're all in, these four batsmen are in like within 60 runs at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, that's true. See, if Prithvi Shaw hits form, then he's gonna go ahead like anything. Or if he doesn't, he's gonna be like, so it's a hit or a miss for him.
So when you
He's
say
not gonna.
hit form, do you think that all of this kind of tracks, because we know that how the Dubai tracks are, they are a little bit slow. They are probably not very, very high scoring. They're not, they usually are high scoring in the beginning of the tournament, and then they just as soon as the tournament goes down, people understand the wickets better, they bowl better, it slows down, the tracks slow down. So who do you think? I mean, when I think about it, I feel that KL Rahul and Faf are, those two players who can kind of adjust to any kind of wicket over a course of a tournament. Whereas when it comes to Shikhar and when it comes to Prithvi Shaw, they like the ball coming on more onto the bat. They can play the cuts, the pulls. So I just feel that, it for me, from where we are at the moment, I think KL and Faf du Plessis would be my favorites to go on and be the top batsmen and the maximum run getters of this tournament. What do you feel?
True, true, true. But I'm a big fan of Prithvi Shaw. So I'm gonna go with Prithvi only because if he hits form, he's gonna score big and he's gonna win new matches, and that's gonna be good for Delhi. So chances are less, but I'm gonna go with him. I really want to
Oh,
hit him.
well, let's see. Okay, moving on to the top bowlers. I have five for you. There's Harshal Patel, who has 17 wickets. There's Avesh Khan, who has 14 wickets. There's Chris Morris, who's played 7 and has 14 wickets. Rahul Chahar has 11. And Rashid Khan, who's, incredible, has 10 wickets. Now, Harshal Patel has 17 wickets and he's played 7 matches. Do you think that he'll end up with having the maximum number of wickets?
I really don't think so
Who
because
would
I
you
think
go?
he had Harshal Patel had a couple of good games, like really good games, and he got there. But then later on in the last 2-3 games, he absolutely did nothing. So I feel that they have picked up that he bowls slower ones and stuff like that, and the teams are going to be more aware about him.
Hmm.
One person you can never count out is Rashid. He has 10 wickets right now, but Dubai wickets are slow, so he's going to come into play. Uh, if
Absolutely
if
agreed.
if somebody else supports him from the other end, Rashid would be a good bet because
Yeah.
he can get you wickets if you go for run, if you try to score runs of him. Otherwise, now what we
Having said that, a very important stat is I'm looking at it right now that amongst these five bowlers who I've mentioned to you, Rashid Khan has the best economy, which is of six runs and over, which is very very good, I think, in T20 cricket. And everybody else has been way more expensive, than him. Not way more, but about 8 runs, 9 runs. They've been picking up the wickets. But like you said, I think these Dubai wickets will support Rashid Khan quite a bit.
No, that's what. If you go to see, if he has 6 runs and over and 10 wickets, there's no way Hyderabad should be at the bottom of the table, right? There's something wrong happening on the other end.
No, yeah, Hyderabad is another. I don't think that they are a unit at the moment. I think that that's the problem. It's not that they don't have the players. I don't think. I think that first of all, in their batting at number 5 and 6, Vijay Shankar doesn't make the cut for me. There are players who are a little underconfident. There's a new owner who's coming. I think that first they
And
have to just gel as a unit.
there's a favorite player, Kedar Jadhav, in that team.
Yes. But see, we can still, think about him as, okay, he's somebody who can probably end up finishing the game or something like that. But I think that their selection has problems and a few more. But let's hope for Hyderabad that they also get out of it and, now start playing as a team together, because I think that lacked in the first round.
That's true. Bang on.
All right, man. Thank you, everybody at Blitz Pools. Please play at your own risk. Please play responsibly. And please tell us your top picks, who you are going to select in your Blitz Pools teams. Let us know. Me and Neil will be waiting. Do comment, do share. Thank you so much, guys. See you soon.
Cheers. Cheers,
Thank you,
bro.
Neil.
See ya.